Hello, my name is Juan, and today I'm going to be demonstrating the Alka-Selzer rocket experiment. Before we begin, here on my right I have a QR code, and if you scan it, it'll take you to a link to the website where you can learn all the information and background on this particular experiment. So before we begin, it's very important that we follow safety protocols first, because with this experiment, there's going to be canisters flying through the air. So it's important to have eye protection at all times, and when the experiment is happening, it's important to maintain a safe distance and always be watching out for canisters in the air that might hit your head on the way back. So for this particular experiment, we're going to need a variety of different materials. Our first material is we're going to need canisters for our experiment, Alka-Selzer, water, and every student is going to have a form that has a table on it, and it's going to have different trials. But unfortunately, I don't have that paper with me right now, so I'll get that to you guys before the science carnival begins. For the other materials, you're going to need a stopwatch to record the time, a meter stick to measure the height. Unfortunately, I don't have a meter stick today, so I can't show you exactly how that procedure would happen, but during the day of the science carnival, we're going to have meter sticks. We're also going to have goggles for every student, plenty of Alka-Selzer, plenty of canisters, and plenty of water. Okay, so to begin with, we're gonna have each student do 3 different trials, and we're gonna have the students do those trials at 1/4 level of water, half the canister filled with water, and 3/4 filled with water. And for the first one, we're gonna do those 3 trials with only 1/4 of a tablet of Alka-Selzer. The second one with half a tablet, and finally, if there's time, the students will be able to do a full tablet in each of the canisters at those 3 different water levels. So to finally begin the experiment, I have here 3 different canisters with 3 different levels of water. The first one has 1/4, the second has half, and then the third has 3/4. So for the first trial, what we're going to do is we're only going to use 1/4 of an Alka-Selzer in each of the different canisters. I've already prepared the Alka-Selzers, and I've already cut them up into their quarter-sized pieces. So to do this, you want to have your Alka-Selzer in one hand, your cap in the other hand, your stopwatch, in the other hand. And what you're gonna do, tablet goes in first, put the lid on until it clicks, turn it upside down, and at that moment is when you start counting with either your stopwatch, or you can count 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. Okay, I'm about to begin the experiment. Tablet in, click, give it a shake, turn it around, and then start my stopwatch. Stand back because this goes really, really high up. And at this moment, if it starts fizzing, what you want to do is wait for all the water to clear out, and then make sure that the water level is really high, and then you can just take off the canister with your hand, take off the lid with your hand. And make sure that you're the one doing this, because there might be a little bit of pressure in there still. And okay, that went really high. And for this one, it was 40 seconds. So at this point, you're gonna have your students write down at trial 1, 1/4 level of Alka-Selzer, 1/4 of the level of water, and record the time. So for this one, it was 40 seconds, right? And so you make sure that you get your dirty parts out of the way, and you move on to the next step. So this one is at half, do the same thing as before. Canister in one hand, lid and tablet on the next. Give it a shake. Stand back and then reset your stopwatch and just wait for it to pop. So this one should take a little bit more time because this one should be a little bit faster because since there's not as much space inside of the canister, the amount of water is going to be, since it's half. Okay, that was 28 seconds, and I was saying the water, since it has more water in there, the amount of space for the pressure to build up is a lot smaller, so the reaction will be faster. And so my stopwatch says that it was at 28 seconds, so that was 10 seconds faster than the previous one. Make sure the students record the temperature or the time, and then to conclude, the last one. Same as before. Tablet, lid, shake, and start the timer. So this one should react a lot faster since the amount of space of air for the pressure to build up is a lot smaller. Right now we're at 20 seconds. When you guys are gonna actually see the experiment happen, the first two go really high up because of so much space for the pressure to build up. Like the first one, it went 2 stories. To compare it to how high I am to this building next to me, it went over the 2nd story. So really high. So for this one, it doesn't seem that it's gonna pop off because okay, I take that back. That one was 1 minute and 17 seconds. So 1 minute and 17 seconds. So that one took a lot longer. And maybe one of the reasons for that is that this canister, since it has a lot of water and a little bit of Alka-Selzer, the Alka-Selzer might not have built up enough pressure. So that could be one of the reasons that it took a lot longer. Not as much Alka-Selzer, so the reaction was probably slower because of that. So there you have it. So for the next trial, you're gonna do the same amount of water, but at this time you want to use half a tablet, and if there's time for the last trial, do 1 full tablet. Okay, and so after all 3 trials are ran, or 2 trials, you want to have the students pick up their debris, put the dirty lids, canisters in one corner, trash in another one, and then get the next group going. Alright, thank you very much. That was a demonstration on how to do the Alka-Selzer, or the Alka-Selzer canister rockets. Thank you.